Hello, my lovelies. We're going to start in about 8 minutes, so if you want to get up and grab a drink, a beverage, feel free to. And meanwhile, enjoy the dulcet tones. Remember the 70s? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the New England Songwriters Retreat. It's going to be like a Newport Folk Festival in this place. You know, we have such an amazing lineup of incredible instructors, people from all over the U.S. with very storied careers. I'm so proud of the staff that we have, and thank you guys for saying yes. We're in for a treat. Those of you looking in online, my name is Ellis Paul. I guess, the founder of the New England Songwriters Retreat. Laurie MacAllister and I run it now, and she's the coordinator. We have about 60 people in this room. It's a little bit limited because of the COVID thing, so we haven't opened up the show to the public, but you're in for a real treat tonight because some of my favorite songwriters and performers are here. And the first dear friend that is on the bill is someone that's written songs for Art Garfunkel, Garth Brooks, Nancy Griffith. He's been one of my heroes for decades. Like, I worship the ground this guy walks on. This is Buddy Mondlock.
That coming through?
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to start you easy, I'm afraid. The last couple of years during COVID, one of the things I was able to do, even though I wasn't on the road anymore, was to, I got involved in this program of writing songs with veterans.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's been an incredibly rewarding experience, and I'm really glad I got asked to do it. And I've really been honored that they have been, the folks I've worked with have been so forthcoming with their stories, hard stuff sometimes. And this is one I wrote with a fellow named Wade Bates, who was stationed in Afghanistan for a while. And this is a true story. This may be the hardest song I ever had to write, but he really wanted me to write this one. And I had thought about backing away from the story, and he said, no, that's the one I want you to write. So here it is. This is called The Tower. You dry my tears, I burn them. Don't drown me in them either. Just let me find my way through the only thing that I could do. Quiet, don't see her. Just a little girl on her way to school. How could she imagine the world could be so cruel? I'm watching from my guard tower, right in my hand. A farm boy from West Texas, a soldier in a strange land. They pour out of the car, center then surround her. Know not what they say, but words have surely found her. Do they threaten her family, her brother in the field, mother by the river? They offer her a deal. Don't dry my tears, I heard them. Don't drown me in them either. Just let me find my way through the only thing that I could do. Quiet when I see her. She's walking to me, tears are on her face. Her coat is missing, vest strapped in its place. I call out to her and say she must turn back. The cool man won't let her, the sun is turning black. I try to warn her, my first shot at her feet. The second finds her, then all the sound and heat. Don't try and tell me it's God's will in the end. God made the earth and the stars, but war is made by men. Don't try my tears, I earn them. Don't drown me in them either. Just let me find my own way through, the only thing that I could do. Someday I'll know I'll meet her. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell Wade that I played it for you.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be glad to know that. So this one, this is an older song, and it just seemed like exactly the right one to play for you all. I started writing this song about Vincent van Gogh, because he's my favorite painter, I have to say. And here's this guy. Here's this guy whose paintings might go for $150 million today at auction. But when he was alive, he couldn't sell a painting to save his life. Nobody was interested. And, he's always bumming money off his brother and mooning over some girl. And it couldn't be very fun. But, and yet, from that, he still kept working away and creating all this amazing beauty and putting it out in the world. And I started working on the song, and about halfway through the first few lines, I thought, I'm not writing this about Vincent. I'm writing this about all my songwriter friends who qualify all the same way. So that includes all of you now, too. There's a sing-along on this. Your part goes, whoa, we had no choice. No, we never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, he never really had no choice. First time through, you can just kind of mumble no choice over and over. Most of it. Wasn't love so big that it filled his heart, till it swelled and finally burst apart? When love spilled out, they called it art. We never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, we never really had no choice. It's a good start. He was thinking that the pain came much too soon. When he locked himself up inside his room, what hurt real bad to write that tune. We never really had no choice. There were some who could not understand. We built those castles with his hands, and he knew damn well they were only sand. We never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, we never really had no choice. Sometimes a man, sometimes a boy. He made some music and he made some noise, but he felt his pain and he felt his joy. Never really had no choice. Was a beautiful fire inside of him as he glanced me around that lamp that burned right through that crack so thin. Never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. Oh, we never had no choice. When he gave his river a voice, never really had no choice. And they all talked about him when he died. They sang and they feel right. right. Never really had no choice. Wasn't love so big that it filled his heart till it swelled and finally burst apart? When love's new love they called it art. Never really had no choice. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his freedom, never really had no choice. One more. Oh, we had no choice. We never had no choice. When he gave his freedom of voice, never really had no choice. Never really had no choice.
Any stage dives, which is it's a craft. Wow, doesn't that make you feel good? Yeah, occasionally you come across someone that's just born with this crystalline kind of voice where there's no affectation. And because of that, it gives them this humility where they can sing about any subject matter, from just simple love songs, war and peace, rights, our social struggles, and the kind of pure voice that makes you absolutely believe the perspective of the person singing, and that's Miss Catie Curtis. Here she is.
Having a little shy attack over there, like, I don't know if I'm on next. Is that me? Oh God. Okay, so we're gonna maybe check it. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. So I took Don Conoscenti's guitar class today, so I decided to use my partial capo.
Oh,
Check it out. I knew that I loved you the first time you got into my car. Your cheeks were flushed and I felt a hush come over me in the dark. I got us lost, but at the next cross you said, I don't care where we are, I'm in the right car. I drove us slow down a fast food strip and you turned the radio on. I was confused, all the signs were lit, and you said, I love this song. I wanted to say that I loved you, but I knew too soon, too strong. This is the ride I'm on. This is the ride I'm on. I recall in my sleep how you changed my life on Magnolia Street. A dream, but it's true. I am not the same since I met you, and I feel like I'm going home. Not to the world I've known. I knew that I loved you when we were riding home in the dark. Your hands on the wheel while I was trying to take my jacket off. My foot on the gas, your eyes fast to the road ahead of us. I never felt such trust. And I see how you changed my life on Magnolia Street. A dream, but it's true. I am not the same since I met you. I knew that I loved you the first time you got into my car. Your cheeks were flushed and I felt the hush come over me in the dark. You wake me up warm from sleep and you take me in your arms. This is the ride I want. This is the ride I want. And I recall so complete how you changed my life on Magnolia Street. A dream, but it's true. I am not the same since I met you, and I feel like I'm going home. Not to the one I've known. I want to tell you this. I wouldn't tell this on stage to an audience in general, but because you're songwriters, I'm going to tell you this. You know, sometimes we have these beautiful songs and then the relationship doesn't work out. So I just want to let you know that relationship didn't work out. And I mean, her fault. Like we had, it was, no, I mean, like we had kids together. It was a big deal. And at the divorce court, literally, I was. Went in to meet, you know, to hand my paperwork over, and the clerk says, "I love that song, Magnolia Street." I just about died. I was just like, and it was so bad. And so I said, normally that would be the kind of thing you'd go back and tell the person you're with. I'm like, I'm not telling you that. Yeah. It was crazy. It was like this young lesbian, and she was like, "Oh, I love that song, Magnolia Street." Normally, that would be okay for you to say, but really? Really? You know why I'm here. So here's a song I wrote over the last 6 months or so, and you know, I just had a few experiences, a few too many over the years. You know, I remember when I turned 30, I thought, damn it, I'm not taking it anymore. Like, I'm not going to take any bullshit. Well, okay, now I'm 57 and I'm still writing songs about this. So this is, you know, I guess inspired by some folks in the music industry that helped me to decide to leave the music industry. And it sounds like an ice cream truck. Gospel choir for this one. I've been taking the notes, taking the advice, believing everything that you say. And I gave you control when I should have thought twice, till I got sick from the bitter taste. Now I'm walking away, and I won't drink from bad medicine. Won't drink the last cup, bad medicine. And if I know what took me so long, your way in this world. And some people take advantage. If you don't hold on to what you know to be true, some will push you over to the edge. But I'm walking away, and I won't drink from that. From that. If I know what took me so long. Thank you, Morty. I'm excited that we have this moment. No, sorry, not took me so long to learn. I don't have to stay where I get burned. It took me so long to trust myself. Now the confidence I have earned, I won't be from bad medicine. Medicine. And if I know what took me so long, it's doing up and I won't be from bad medicine. Bad medicine. And if I know what took me so
That was like a massive game of whack-a-mole. Just thrown to your feet. That was so beautiful. Wow. All right, let's get on with this. I'm glad I don't have to follow that. But I'm really glad the next guy does. This guy, yeah, it's you. Sorry, I guess I didn't inform you of the order. I've known this guy since I started. There was a night when I was playing Eddie's Attic for like the very first time, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "If you need a place to stay, we gotta meet you a friend." I'm okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. But I got an apartment that's in walking distance of Eddie's Attic, which is one of the cornerstone clubs in the country. And I'm like, okay. And I get there and he's got this beautiful little apartment and there's like a shrine to his ancestors in the corner with candles burning, and he's left, milk for them, and he talks to trees and shit in the morning, things that I just never drives a motorcycle. And he's my dearest friend. This is Mr. Don Conoscenti.
I gotta follow Catie and name that. I am not coming back. Oh yeah. I have seen all of the ghosts haunting your street. They will sing their dark serenade, false lullabies will rock you to sleep. Anesthesia, I have dreamed you in the red desert sky, high above the Songwriter de Cristo, bathed in the light of the goddess's smile. And if you're standing at the gates of Eden, taking blame for the fall, I have left you a ladder leaning against the garden wall. All the sins, the one-way retreat, hammer you all day long. They will never be true believers. Taste your salt tears in the sweet light of dawn. If you're standing at the gates of Eden, taking blame for the fall, I have left you a ladder leaning against the garden wall. If every star calls your name, would you deny even it? If every sun, every moon, every road led back to this love that you miss, Anastasia, I have dreamed you in the red desert sky, high above the Songwriter de Cristo, bathed in the light of the goddess's smile. And Anastasia, that's for all the sisters and the sisterhood.
You need another K-pop?
You know, next year I want to be on the face of the bag. I want to be the jumping guitar handling person on the bag. That's my number.
I'm
like to take this kind of grief. Thanks, brother. I'm so in love this evening because of these performers. Even Steve and I are blood brothers now. Yeah. We drew blood and we dripped it in the same little puddle because it's not safe to mingle. That kind of thing, right? What could go wrong? So I covered that base, so you can't come after me later about whatever I'm going to say next. I'm much closer with the other instructors. Much closer. Because I've known him for like 30 years. And I've been following him around like a little puppy dog, just in awe of them as people and as artists. So what a beautiful night for me, including my best buddy, Ellis Paul. And it was love at first sight. In my little love shrine, Decatur, Georgia, the center of the universe at the time. 3 blocks from Eddie's attic. It was pretty awesome. Wrote this next song is an homage to a time and a place and a people set in the late 1800s in this country, and just it's about being between a rock and a hard place. It's set in Indian territory. It's loosely based around the doings of Crazy Horse and his people, and how they had to interact with a chief named Red Cloud, which they weren't fond of each other. There was a lot of conflict within these clans, within the same tribe. But like how you weren't there, right? Is my take on it. I wasn't there. I'm sure there were some very difficult decisions made, and some of them were the best that could be mustered up at the time. That's what this song is about. Wire fences along the prairie, wooden crosses along the road, great white father and all his soldiers made a dose of the button low. I tell the young ones, keep to the old ways. They say those are easy words for you. Yes, I signed treaties, betrayed my people. But what else could I do? My dear grandson, my sweet granddaughter, yes, I'm old, my days so few. And if the lives of all your people were in your hands, what would you do? They killed my son, stole my woman, burned the line just about DOOZY. Oh, and chained around my ankles. Hey, what else could I do? My dear grandson, my sweet granddaughter, yes, I'm old, my days
were in your hands, what would you do? What would you do? Iron horses down in the valley, silver birds up in the blue. Yes, I signed treaties to save my people. Hey, what else could I do? What else could I do? What else could I do? What else could I do?
Yeah, and he's also a great songwriter, a great singer.
He's really funny too.
And he puts one more cable on the guitar, he gets free HBO and Showtime. Wi-Fi. Well, I have the pleasure of living and loving this woman, and I wake up to her voice every single day. And if you've heard her sing, you know I am blessed in the ears and all other places.
I allowed you one this weekend.
That's okay. Well, I'll stop there. I love her. She is who she is. You love her. Laurie MacAllister.
I feel so good. I don't know, I haven't felt this good in a really long time, and I thank you for that. This is a song by Buddy Mondlock. Flipped into the wind like the ashes of her cigarette. He got scattered and thrown on the breeze as he tried to forget. He lost all his heat and his heart never will be the same. He got lighter than air and he'll only come down in the rain. Strung out and hung out to dry, flapping under the vine. It's not such a dignified place, but he really don't mind. He says with his feet on
the ground. He had nothing to gain. Thinks he likes it up there, but he'll only come down in the rain. Coming down in the rain, washing out of the sky, loaded down with the pain. There just ain't nowhere to fly. Oh, you can read them as clear as the wall where he once wrote his name. It was right next to hers, and it'll only come down in the rain. Burning himself out on a limb like a leaf in the fall. Oh, he blazed for a while, but now he's feeling all dried up and small. Oh, the color's all gone, disappeared, near as quick as it came. Oh, he can't stay up, it'll only come down in the rain. Oh, come down in the rain, washing out of the sky. Oh, loaded down with the pain. There just ain't nowhere to fly. And you can read them as clear as the wall where he once wrote his name. It was right next to hers, and it'll only come down in the rain. Yeah, you can read them as clear as the wall where he once wrote his name. It was right next to hers, it'll only come down in the rain.
All right, guys. So one of the things that I'll teach you in my singing class, which is actually more of a performance lesson, is that if you're quite certain that you can't, or you won't be able to pull something off, then maybe change your mind. And I'm gonna do something else here. I'm gonna do a song by one of my favorite Massachusetts singer-songwriters. Her name is Laurie MacAllister. Just as an FYI, I just tuned myself down. Gad. And then later this weekend, tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to play you my favorite Conoscenti song. I'll play it at one of the song circles, and I look forward to doing that. So this is a Bible song. Laurie MacAllister is one of those artists who just writes straight from her heart, straight from her life. And I was a person who also couldn't wait to get out of my hometown. So this is Bible song. No strangers in this town. No one moves without making a sound. You live and die within the borders and the lines. No one dies without paying their fines. No lovers in this town. The moon's full, but it sure ain't round. Just because you lie and hit his bed said. They marry young in these parts. They work the factories. So I ran as fast as I could through the tall grass in the midnight woods, so nobody would sing some Bible song over me. My cousin died in his sleep, 40 pills and 2 kids to keep. How will she explain to those kids about the sorry thing Daddy did? Oh, they marry young in these cars. They raise their kids and set them free. I ran as fast as I could through the tall grass of the midnight woods, so nobody would sing some Bible song over me. They buried him out in the cold. He was only 24 years old. How his mother came undone when the choir sang hallelujah. I ran as fast as I could through the tall grass of midnight woods. Tall grass of midnight hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Something's happening with that girl. She's been so used to singing in a trio, you know, and this is her blossom year of coming together as a single entity artist.
Yeah. So are you, though, partner.
Oh.
I'm so happy to do this. This has been a dream of mine for a long time. This being our 6th year, it's official that this thing is not going to go away. It's not going to stop. The person you're seeing before you was created by parents that did everything they could to get a creative person in the universe. When I was 3 years old, they would buy the 48 color Crayola box. And anything I did, they'd put on the refrigerator and claim I was Picasso. And I believed them, and I kept on creating and get better and better at everything that I did, everything I created. I went to my first concert when I was in 3rd grade. Doc Severinsen, the trumpet player from The Tonight Show. He came out and he was completely dressed in orange. Just looked fantastic. And I was on the first row in the balcony, leaning over with my hands in the air, looking down, and just was completely mesmerized. And I went home, and it was just my dad and I. And when I got home, went to bed, and I woke up, and there were, at the end of my bed, and when I woke up, was a trumpet in the box. And I played all the way through high school, and started in the Boston music scene right after college. But there was a day when I was about 26 years old, when I was in Maine. I was at my parents' place going out to a show. My dad stopped me on the stairs. And he said, "You can't keep doing this." I said, "I can't keep doing what?" He said, "You can't keep doing music. You gotta think about a job, you gotta think about kids, you gotta think about a family." And it put a rift between my dad and I. His music education started around Frank Sinatra. So when, Bob Dylan and the Beatles came, he didn't go along with the ride. But just recently, he's gone now. And when I started to get checks with commas in it, he came around, But I was riding around with my daughter the other day. I just dropped her off at college. And I realized that I was having a dad moment just like my dad did. He wasn't saying, "You're not talented, or you don't have that star quality, or you don't know how to write a song." What he's really trying to say was, "Please don't live in my basement." That's really the only thing it was about. It had nothing to do with my talent, or he just did not want me to live in the basement when I was 30. I was driving my daughter around, going to school. She was in the back. And we had one of those going to school discussions. What do you want to do with your life? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? And my daughter from the back said, "I want to be an actress." And I thought to myself, "Please don't live in my basement." And it was like my father appeared next to me, high-fiving, and it was just, it healed the wound of 20 years. I should be using a tune here, but I'm going to talk a little bit more while I figure this thing out. The reason why I'm bringing this up is some of you are here because someone had that conversation on the staircase with you and shut you down when you were about to go on the edge. And there's this thing in our society that tells people that you've got your teens and your 20s to go out and experiment with your dreams. And we're here to show that that's not the case. It's never too early, never too late. And this song is called "You'll Never Be This Young Again." Laurie was pacing around the apartment. She said, "I gotta get this album out. I'll never be this young again." And of course, I wrote it down on a napkin and didn't tell her because I wanted it to be my song. You can't copyright a title, honey. I'm sorry. This is mine, all mine. So, and I'm gonna try this. I have crippled hands right now, so every chord it's a wager, and just don't know if it's gonna come through or not, so just think it's gonna work. We'll see. We're winning. So far, so good. I met a walking man, his life in his pockets, his thumb was in the air. On a road in Millinocket, a 6-string guitar, his girlfriend's locking, going my way, my way. Now for a dream he left the mills, he left the bricks, he left the mortar. I told him I could take him to the Massachusetts border. He sang like a jukebox on an endless row of quarters down the highway on a bright, lit, sunny day. Oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling you, tell you it ain't now when. Oh, the mountain top ain't gonna wait forever. I fill your lungs with oxygen. Take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. Our friend said, Ellis, I've been living in a cubicle, making cold calls, popping pharmaceuticals. I thought my whole life would read more like a musical. So write your own West Side Story, shake off the shop, and tackle box of both, a cabin on Sebago to think, to flow when the typewriters clack, the novel gets wrote. I'm telling you now, the risk, now glory, oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling you, if it ain't now and when. Oh, the mountain top ain't gonna wait forever. I fill your lungs with oxygen. Take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. All right, you'll never be this young You only get so many heartbeats. You only get so many first kisses, so sweet. Dreams don't come easy, they don't come cheap. Don't let the haters kick them out of you. You'll never be this young. The train conductor's calling you, Ted, if it ain't now and when. Oh, the mountain top ain't gonna wait forever. I fill your lungs with oxygen. Take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. All right, you'll never be this young again. Oh, you'll never be this young again. It was close. It was like watching me walk to the edge of the stage or something.
Yeah.
Really. I have a new song. It's about turning 55.
I wrote that 10 years ago.
This will be like reliving your youth. 55, it's one of those landmark years, you know. 25 wasn't, although I guess there's an argument to be made for the quarter-life crisis, I think. I think that was created by John Mayer. We gotta get John Mayer here sometime. You never know. I woke up and I thought to myself, God, I'm fucking 55. Like I'm 55 years old. Where did it go? And how much do I have left? And where are the fax machines? Where are the 8-track tapes? They were here a minute ago. I saw them. I lived with them. And how did I survive? And they're gone. Why am I still here? It was an existential moment based on the things that had changed. And here I am in the middle of all of it. So this is called 55. For those of you that are not quite 55, this will strike fear in you. And those of you that are in your 60s and 70s will be like, get over it, nuts. I don't know how lucky you are.
Try 80.
I've lived through 8-track tapes and DVDs. Vinyl records still in the sleeves. Mixed cassettes I once believed could keep a girlfriend crying. Polaroids were just a trend. Rotary phones home spin around again. Highway maps all came to an end. Nobody saw them folding. I'm 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. On a dusty highway, I once rolled the car. Walked away without a scar. I spent countless nights playing smoky bars, dying to find myself a little trouble. Whiskey sour, whiskey neat. I want too many and you're obsolete. I was living the dream on a lucky streak, nearly trapped like a ship in a bottle. And I'm 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. Round the valley and the fax machine, the milkman bringing home butter and cream. Sears and Robot magazines, look why I survive. Oh, I'm 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. I can't remember where I got the call. Might have been St. Louis, might have been St. Paul. They're canceling every show through fall. Turn the bus around, boys, it's over. This virus don't care if you go mouse to feed or about songs you're singing while the whole world's bleeding. You get to stay in John Prine's leaving. Who's in charge of the order? Round the valley and the fax machine, the milkman bringing home butter and cream. Sears and Robot magazines, look why I survive. 55, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. You fall in love, you fall in lots, fall to pieces, fall to dots. The only thing that I've come to trust is the sun will rise, come on. I fell in love, I had a child. Making babies never goes out of style. She can kill me with just her smile. She can break me just by crying. Round the valley and the fax machine, the milkman bring home butter and cream. 55, just trying to figure out how I'm still alive. Oh, I'm 55, God only knows why I'm still alive.
Thank you, guys.
There's a moment in time, it was after 9/11 happened, and the folk world, the music world, our entire country shut down. A lot like COVID, not as extreme, but the economy crashed, people stopped coming to shows. And I had booked like an 8-month tour with Susan Werner. She and I were on the same agency, Fleming Artists, and we were gonna do a tour together, and I loved her. I'm like, we can't cancel this. We have to, right? We've been planning this for a year. We can't not do this. We were dear friends and had done shows together, came up in the scene at the same time. She was in Philadelphia and I was in Boston. I kept hearing stories about her and mutual friends, Vance Gilbert, Doe Williams, they were talking about her and what crazy musical talent she was. She's someone that has her finger in the lyrical content and quality of folk music, yet she's so well versed in Broadway, in pop, in cabaret style that makes her completely unique. She can tour the country playing the best folk clubs and also the best jazz clubs. She's that kind of a person. She's so musical. And I'm running out of superlatives.
She's gonna come soon.
Keith, stretching. I love her. I really love her. She's beautiful.
I was at the Kerrville Folk Festival. Have you guys, has anybody here been to Kerrville? Raise your hand. Yeah, I was there in 2000. I went to Kerrville. 2000 was a big year for me because I went to Folk Alliance out in Cleveland. I went out to where did I go? The Philadelphia Folk Festival. And I went to the Kerrville Folk Festival all in 2000. And then what happened there in Kerrville is I was just sitting amongst the crowd waiting for the next act to come on. And the next act, so this is 22 years ago, was Susan Werner. She came up on the Kerrville stage and she proceeded to blow everyone away. And I found what became sort of one of my top 5 favorite artists. She is astonishing. Please welcome. Right?
Now we're ready.
Please welcome Susan Werner!
Hey, lower her guitar. Give me just 30 seconds.
Can I say more nice things about you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, turns out she's not just an amazing musician and a great lady, but she's a fantastic teacher, right? Have you
Yeah. Okay, I'll do 2 travel logs for you tonight. First song about a distant and mysterious land. It's a shopping mall, it's a parking lot, it's a tiki bar, it's a tequila shot, it's a lightning strike, it's a hurricane, it's 3 months of sun and 9 months of rain. It's an empty swamp, it's a crowded beach, it's a flimsy chair, it's a rub and tug, it's a flying bug, it's a billionaire. Florida, la 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 la, Florida, la moment it starts to snow, then the passengers crowd the gate. For that one place they've got to go. And it's always fa la 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 la, Florida la la la. It's a floppy hat from a sandal shop. It's a traffic jam on an island top. It's a broken blade on a ceiling fan. It's a too tight shirt on an old white man. It's a talking bird, it's a putting green, it's a place to die. It's a Russian joke, it's a line of coke, it's a key lime pie. Sing it! Florida, la, 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 Florida, la, 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 la. How they laugh at the Sunshine State till the moment it starts to snow. Then the passengers crowd the gate. For that one place they've got to go. And it's always fa la 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 la, Florida la la la. And with all of that said, now I've made it my home. Yes, I've made it my home now. And I'm not leaving Naples for Rome, Port St. Lucie for Paris. Oh, Cachoeira for anywhere. You can say what you want, you can call me a fool, as I'm taking your call by the pool. La 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 la, Florida la 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 la, Florida. You may like it in Tennessee, you may like it in Idaho, you may like it in Michigan, or in Maine or New Mexico. But I love hate, fa la 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 la, Florida la la la. Gay, gay, gay. Cuba is the smell of diesel and cigarettes. Cuba is a young boy fishing as the sun sets. Cuba is the taste of sugar cane so sweet, the sound of muted trumpet down the street. Cuba is the ancient tower of a Spanish fort, a game of soccer on a basketball court, a farmer with 2 oxen and a plow, he named terror drawing a black pencil across her brow. Cuba is a crumbling mess. Cuba is a true work of art. Cuba is sure to blow your mind. Cuba is sure to break your heart. Cuba is an old man riding bicycle in the rain, a young woman leaving for Miami on a plane, a revolution's final fading hope, an old woman begging for a bar of soap. Cuba is only 90 miles away. Cuba is an entire world apart. Cuba is sure to blow sure to break your heart in pieces. But something in your soul releases when the colors hit your eye, the water and the sky, and the clothes hung out to dry, and the wind and the sun, all the greens and blues and yellows, as you hear the distant echoes of a singer singing songs for everyone, with a voice that's only his. Cuba is a mural of Che Guevara painted on the wall of a building about to fall. Cuba is the taste of mommy fruit, so sweet. The sound of muted trumpet down the street. Cuba is
So musical and clever, and I love my job when it's on nights like this. This has been an incredible run. We got one more guy. I've been friends with Steve for about, I don't know, maybe a decade, and you know, I kept on hearing stories about this folk singer who decided he wanted to body surf at a folk club. And like, that would lead a parade of 5,000 people from a festival out into a parking lot and then drag them back again. And he was an amazing songwriter, that he had a major hit with Jewel, and that he was the prince of the American and Canadian
Who told you this?
folk circuit. I don't know, somebody in Oklahoma, I just trust those people. And I found it to be true. This is Mr. Steve Poltz.
Everybody's so good. You call yourself students? You guys are great. You're teachers, man. It's like a crazy. There's so many good people here. It's very cool to walk around and see all your faces, and everybody's been so warm and welcoming. Let's see if my guitar will work. Cool. It was a weird couple years, as you guys know, and I live in Nashville now, and my dad was in San Diego, so it was a pandemic, and he was so far away with me being in Nashville, and we didn't want to fly anywhere. We didn't know what we were gonna do. So my wife says, why don't we rent a place on the beach in San Diego and we'll drive across the country? So I said, that sounds like a good idea. I'll be able to see my dad all the time. So my dad was living in this place, this assisted living place, and he's 90. And so I would go see him every other day, and we would take two other 90-year-old women out to lunch. And there was more women than men there. So my dad would go, I got us a couple of good 90-year-olds. buying them all rings because my mom had passed away and he missed her so much. So he was buying all those rings on the QVC channel, and I'd go to where he lived and they go, "We're all going steady with your dad." He was so happy. So we'd go to lunch and we'd have the best times. Well, as time went on, the pandemic, he got sick. He didn't get COVID, but it was his time. And he knew he was only going to have like 5 days left, which is kind of a blessing. You see, his kidneys had given out. And the doctor said, if you don't get dialysis, you'll be dead in about 5 days. And my dad said, I don't want dialysis. I'm ready to go meet Winnie. And that was my mom. And they were married for years. I just want to go. I'm ready to go. So I drove him back home to where he was so he could go in his own bed. And so he was there and I was holding his hand. And man, I thought he was about to just cross over right at that moment. And then this weird phone rang inside and it was God. And so God was like, there's going to be a girl with a phone that turns on. And Nesser, at first, she won't know how to turn it on. It's going to be similar to what's going to happen to your dad. Now, are you talking about what's happening in the future or what's happening whilst my dad's about to die? He goes, it's the future coming back. So just remember where you are when that happens. It's going to be an important part of the story. And I was like, what the fuck is Nesser? So I'm there, and I'm like, well, this is getting kind of crazy. So it was Thanksgiving, and my dad's about to die, and there's a knock at the door, and my dad's about to cross over. So I answered the door, and there's this guy, he's like 6'6", Matt Donahue, good friend of mine. He goes, I knew you guys wouldn't have time to cook Thanksgiving dinner, so I left my family's one, and I came over here with a bunch of food for you. And then he walks in the house, and you know how those cartoons where the person can smell the food coming through there and it shows it going right up the guy's nostril? Well, that's what happened to my dad. He's about to die, and then he opens his eyes and sits up, and my friend's like 6'6", 350 pounds, and my dad sees him and he goes, are you a sumo wrestler? He goes, no, Mr. Poltz, I've got a Thanksgiving dinner for you. I'm looking at my dad like, what? My dad goes, did you bring cranberry sauce? The cranberry sauce. Did you bring stuffing? And he does. So my dad eats it all. And then he says, you want to hear some Shakespeare? Well, this is blowing my mind. So my dad proceeds to go, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps into this petty time. He does the whole sonnet. And then he says, you want to hear another one? Does another poem for this guy. Well, my friend looks at me and goes, your dad's amazing. I said, it's blowing my mind too. So my dad coughed. And he goes, Bahootensie. And I go, Dad, what's Bahootensie? He goes, I made it up. And I go, it's a cool word. What's it mean? And he goes, many blessings. Let's go nuts. So the next morning, I wake up. And my dad he's about to die. And he grabs my hand and I look down at him. And he looks up at me and he goes, we sure had some fun, didn't we? Oh my gosh, my tears were dripping down. I'm just looking at my dad. And then he goes, come here, closer. So I put my ear right on his lips. And his last words were, tell that sumo wrestler it wasn't Shakespeare. And I go, what? See, I think he's about to tell me the secret of life. He goes, the sumo wrestler from last night. The first poem was Shakespeare, it was a sonnet. The second one was by Richard Lovelace. It's called To Accost On, Going to the Wars. And then he goes, I still got it, Stevie boy. And I'm like this, he's dead, and I go, tell the sumo wrestler it wasn't Shakespeare. I was like, mellow out, dude. It's gonna be okay. So before that, a week before, I said, Dad, if there's anything on the other side, will you leave me a message? And he said, yeah. And he said, what do you want it to be? And I said, Indian Joe. My dad had a poem called Indian Joe. So I was looking for a sign from Indian Joe after my dad passed, and there was nothing. I looked all the time, and I just finally forgot about it. And I got up one night to take a piss in some strange hotel at 3 a.m, as I always do, and I was using my iPhone as a flashlight to find out where the bathroom was. My phone vibrates. My friend sent me a text. It was a thing that he ripped out of an old newspaper of my band, the Lovebirds. And we got to play with the Ramones, and we were on this tour, and we were in Cleveland on the final tour. And he didn't know, but he ripped it out of a paper, and the paper had a headline of another article because it was in the music section. And the headline was Indian Joe traveling the country with acoustic guitar. And a picture of a guy named Indian Joe standing like this. Oh, I couldn't believe it. So a few months back, I sat down and grabbed the guitar and wrote this. We were all on the conveyor belt in a factory on the wheel of time. Yeah, we don't know when our car clocks out. It was yesterday, we were in our prime. Mic-mac, click-clack, don't even think about looking back. Kodak, soundtrack, I remember when my mom had a heart attack. We were all on a conveyor belt in a factory on the wheel of time. Yeah, we don't know when our car clocks out. It was yesterday, we were in our prime. Tick-tack, tic-tac-toe, hey, I'm still looking for Indian Joe. Where the hell did my dad go? Maybe where the river and the rainbow flow. Yeah, maybe where the river and the rainbow go. Yakety yak at the top of the tree. My love's got a money back guarantee. I'm living now in Tennessee, but I still scream Buddy. Hey, let's go join the Jubilee. Don't let time run out on me. My mom and dad have gone to sea. We were all on a conveyor belt in a factory on the wheel of time. Yeah, we don't know when our car clocks out. It was yesterday, we were in our prime. Seems like yesterday, we were in our prime. Yeah, this is a fun place to be. Thank you. I hear the clock is 6 a.m. I feel so far from where I've been. I got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks, make a smile. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off the mirror, don't need the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long. Even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you're meant for me, and I was meant for you. I called my mom, but she was out for a walk. Consoled a cup of coffee, but I didn't want to talk. Picked up the paper, it was more bad news. More hearts being broken and people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, but it wasn't the same. It was happy, man, I was sad. It made me miss you, oh so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long. Even after you're gone, I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. I go about my business and I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Oh yeah. So little did I know this song would take me to Woodstock '99. And I'd be there on stage in front of 300,000 people. Now, we recorded this record and got to live at Neil Young's ranch. And the Stray Gators were the band, and that was me on acoustic guitar playing. It was awesome. It's the best experience living at Neil Young's ranch and making Jules' first record. And them going, this song's gonna be a hit. And I was like, that old chestnut? So, one thing leads to another, and I'm on stage at Woodstock, and we're going on right after Ellis Costello on Sunday, the night when the shit really hit the fan. And I'm walking around out there in the crowd with 300,000 people. There's naked people walking around, people still coming down from weed and all the drugs they were on from the night before, and I'm looking at them all. And I go backstage, and I see Jill, and I go, it's really weird out there. It's that feeling like right before there's going to be a tornado. And Jill goes, we'll be all right. And I go, okay, cool. So Elvis Costello gets off stage and comes backstage and sees Jewel. And we had just been with him in London a few weeks prior to that, and we got to play Royal Albert Hall. And so I think he's going to go, hey, Steve, how's it going? And instead, he just walks right by me and goes, hello, Jewel. He told us, he goes, it's getting crazy out there. You guys got to be careful. We're getting all kinds of stuff thrown at us. So we go out and we play. And we kill it, man. It's a good show. Everything's going great. And then we get off stage, and coming on after us is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I went out to the bus that we had, and Jewel had Fog Hat's old tour bus. And so I found an old joint of Fog Hat weed that I was super stoned. So Chili Peppers are getting ready to go on. Now, the only reason I'm telling you this is because this whole thing comes full circle. So Lee is the bass player for the Chili Peppers. He played bass on You Were Meant For Me on the remix that Peter Collins produced, but they kept my guitar part. So I got to watch him play that bass part. But here's the rub. He's getting ready to go out at Woodstock, and he's fucking naked. Does not even have a sock over his dick, like how they normally play. So his dick's just hanging down like that, and I'm high on Fog Hat weed. So I don't know where to look when I'm talking to him. Do I look at his wiener, or do I look at the eyes? I looked at his wiener. Now you know there was a hole at the end of the wiener where the pea comes out? That all of a sudden became Please Mount. And it goes, did you like the bass I played? And I looked at Jewel and I started crying. I go, please, Dick's talking to me. We gotta get out of here. And we got on the bus and she thought I was having a breakdown. But then there really was a big riot. And because of Please Venus, I saved everyone's life, and that's why you were here too. Hallelujah. I brush my teeth. I know you hate it when I leave the light. I pick a book up, I turn the sheets down. I take a drink and a good look around. Put on my PJs and I hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I tell myself it'll all be alright. I shouldn't think anymore tonight, 'cause dreams last so long. Even after you're gone, I know you love me and you can see clearly. I was never on you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah.
Wow. I'm a different person now. And I'm better than I was 5 minutes ago. It's amazing. Hey, what an incredible night. We're going to get all the musicians here who play tonight, and we're going to do an acoustic finale here in front of the stage, because I think it's just, it's too much. Yeah. I want to just say something too. If you want to be a songwriter, it's not hard to write. It's not hard to write songs. It isn't. But it's hard to find you in the song. And the trick to being a great songwriter is finding you in it and putting it out. It's, you know, that's why you got to write about your life and the things you care about and the things you hate and the things that are broken that you see that you want to fix. And you're seeing people here that have found themselves in the middle of their songs, and they're projecting not only their words, but their personalities out and their love out. And that's what makes them artists beyond songwriters. They are artist-songwriters, singer-songwriters. So that's the big chase. Because you can write a song that sounds like a million other songs, but why don't you write your song? Okay? All right. We're going to do this acoustically in front.
Oh, okay. So grab that. Okay. Grab a guitar. This is going to be fun.
We're going to go up here on the floor.
Oh, good.
So we don't, yeah, we're going to make this so no one dies.
All right. Yeah, the right. Yeah.
Or we could say something rude.
Any words to the sentence? You ready?
Almost.
If you want to mention Joe, tell people up front, up in the back. And we want to say thank you to the live stream audience tuning in from all over the world. We're going to also be on the air tomorrow night and Monday night with the student concerts, so tune in again to hear the rest of these folks.
That's the one. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Let's just do it.
Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs. All the heads he's had the pleasure to know, and the people that come and go start to say hello.
On the corner is a banker with a book. The little children laugh at him behind his back, and the banker never wears a hat. In the pouring rain, the very train.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban sky, I sit and meanwhile
Penny Lane, there's a fire with an hourglass, and his pocket is a portrait of a queen.
Like to keep his fire engine clean. It's a clean machine.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. I saw me while back.
Find the shelter in the middle of the road. The nurse is serving hot meals, though she feels as if she's in a play. She is anyway.
Penny Lane, the barber shapes another customer. You see the banker sitting waiting for a trim.
Then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban sky, I sit and meanwhile back. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban sky. Penny Lane. The small circles.
Exactly, and more.